You don't need a $2,000 graphic card or to run ComfyUI locally anymore. In fact, you can run Flux, SD3 or any massive workflow completely in the cloud for free. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up ComfyUI on Lightning AI using their completely free tier, including how to get up to 75 hours of free GPU time without ever typing in a credit card. So let's get started and see how we can make use of this Lightning AI. So just to log in, we can click here on the get start free and we can choose any of this option. So upon choosing this, we can able to log into this. So let me log in. I was logged in with my Gmail and this was my home screen. So before getting started and see like how we can make use of this Lightning AI, so first I would like to go through the credits that we will receive on a monthly basis and how we can make use of them. So let's get into the pricing first, like to see how we can utilize the CPU or the available GPUs and just to maintain the threshold and to get the most of it. So here we can see the CPU first. So the default CPU has the 4 cores and we can also get like 16 GB of RAM here, which was unlimited whole month. So there is no need to pay a single penny for this. We can use whole month, and there is a catch here, like the issue was that we can continuously make use of the CPU for continuously 4 hours, but after that either we need to do the restart or like we need to terminate the session and start it again. So here like the Lightning team wants to maintain their CPU and the resources not being wasted, like by leaving it simply without making use of that. So for that use, so for that reason, what they did was that like they are just asking us to restart for every 4 hours. So if we are continuously making use of the CPU, then we can just make a simple restart and make use of this freely whole month. And the most interesting part was this. So here you can see the GPU, right? So here, if you want to make use of this GPU, we have the different models here and we have the cost of the GPU here, and here we can see how many monthly free hours we can receive from this Lightning AI. It was incredible. So like for example, if you see here, we have the T4, L4, and we also have the access for L40s, and we do have an access for RTXP 6000 with around like 96 GB. So the only catch was this. We will receive like around 15 credits on a monthly basis. So how we can utilize this 15 credits, we can see here. So for example, if you choose the T4 model, then we can use this freely for 75 hours. It's because like it will charge 0.19 for every hour if we selected this AWS model. So by using that, for example, roughly you can see for 5 hours it will be charged like around $1. So one credit is like $1 and we will receive like 15 credits. So with that we can make use of this T4 for 75 hours freely. So there is no need to pay a single penny. We can happily make use of this. And for example, if you want to upgrade to the other model which have 24 GB of VRAM, like for example, if you want to run some higher model from either from the ComfyUI or like to test some other high-end model which needs like 24 GB of VRAM, we can also choose this L4 model, which we can make use of like 31 hours. Even that was incredible. So either in case if you want to test the more models, we can also choose the other models like L40s and RTXP. This was my favorite. Like we can use around 96 GB of VRAM, but it can be like only available for 2 hours for the whole month, and after that we will be running out of credits and then we need to pay for that. But if you want to explore something like whatever the models that was available in the open sources, so we can freely explore all those models and we can learn about them by using this Lightning AI. So let's get back to the home console, and here we can see the bunch of options here, but today our main focus was like how we can make use of this ComfyUI alone. So here in order to initiate the ComfyUI, just we can click on the Start a Studio here. And upon clicking this, we can see a bunch of options here, but let's focus on the first option, which was the ComfyUI. And upon selecting this, we can give some UI name, like the studio name. So I'm just giving here ComfyUI test. And we can choose a mission here. Either we can choose the GPU, CPU, or whatever we like. But here, like to run the ComfyUI, we can only select the GPU. So for that reason, I'm just selecting this as a base model, and we can get, like, this was a T4 model, and we can get 16 GB of the GPU, I believe, which was enough for this ComfyUI to run. So, and the model here, I'm selecting it as AWS because you can see the price here. For some reason, like, it was charging the low price, so I'm obviously going with this. And just confirm here and start. Like, to spin up the environment, it might take like 1 to 2 minutes, and here in the top bar we can see the status, how we can spin up this. And let's wait for that, and I hope like it wouldn't take much time. Here it is, we have the ComfyUI ready, and you can able to see on my screen that this was the ComfyUI, and here like we can download whatever the models that we like from this templates, and then we can run all of these models. But before going to this, I just want to show this. Like, we have selected the T4, right? So from here we can able to visualize all the metrics of the mission, and we can see here what was the CPU utilization, RAM, disk, and as well as we can see what was the utilization of RAM, VRAM, and the temperature, and what was the power consumption. Everything can be seen here. In case if you feel like the model which we have selected, for example, we have chosen this T4, right? In case if you feel like the ComfyUI model which we are running was not able to run with the capacity that we currently have, that is 16 GB, we can simply upgrade the capacity from here itself. So if you click here on 1x T4 CPU, you can see the different models here. So we can choose whatever the model we need, and the billing will be applied accordingly. So by this way, we are not going to lose any of our work, and immediately if you want some higher memory or the higher VRAM, we can make use of this and we can complete our work happily. So let's get into the templates and see how we can really run any model, like the image model, video model, or like the audio model that was available for the open sources. If you see my previous videos, I already created a couple of workflows for the audio models and as well as for the image models. But here, like, to make it simpler, let me show you here directly. So if you click on the templates, so here you can see the image models, video, audio, and at the top you can see the popular models here. So for example, if you want to create like from text to image, you can simply select this one. So upon selecting this, the template or the workflow will load automatically. What we need to do is that just we need to download the missing ones. So here we can see, right, like these are all the things which were necessary for that. So for now I'm not downloading this. But for example, if you want to run this, what we simply need to do was that just click on run here, and it will ask to download all the missing models. Then we will just click on the download here, and upon downloading that, we have all the models available. Then here we can just freely give the option or the prompt that we want to give it here, and then we can simply run it here. So by this way, without having the high VRAM in our local system, we can make use of this, and we can explore all the models like the video, images available for the open source, and we can try on them by using this Lightning AI website. So this was really cool. Like, in case if we didn't have the accessibility for the high VRAM, we can explore by using all of them here, and we can easily switch to the other models as well. It's because, like, previously what I have heard was that, like, they can able to go through the workflow what I have explained, But the challenge was that not everyone has the VRAM to run all those models and to explore that how it was working or how it was functioning. So for all the users whoever doesn't have the high VRAM capacity, we can make use of this and we can explore during our weekends, and we can happily go through all those models and we can generate a great models from here. Let's also see how we can import the workflows which I have created through my previous videos. So just to import that, we can download the JSON which I have uploaded in my Git. I will share the links here in the description. But once you have downloaded the JSON, just click on here on this icon, and then we need to click here on the file and just click on open. So here we have the downloaded models, and obviously just click on one of that and open that, and you can see here what are the nodes which are missing. So if you would like to run that, just click on the download models here, and then we can easily run those models as well. So by this way, either we can use the custom workflows or we can even use the pre-existing workflows that we already have in the ComfyUI. But I recommend to play around with the custom workflows, so by that way you can able to get to know what are all the nodes and what was the important of each and every node and each and every setting. You can even watch my previous videos to see how we can play around with these workflows and get to know about all the open source models which were available in the internet, and you can play around all of them here. And finally, upon completing your work, you can just stop this studio by going here, click here, and go to sleep. So whenever you are clicking on this, the studio will get into sleep and you will not get charged for that. So for now I have ran 35 minutes, so I'll be charged for the 35 minutes, not for an entire hour as well. So I'm just clicking as sleep, and my workflows and all the details which I'm using will be saved here. So I'm not going to use any of them. And the studio was turned off now, and you can see the status was sleeping here. So whenever the status was changed to sleeping, we are not getting charged. And if you have a doubt where our work is going to be saved, we can go to the admin center here, and if you click on the storage, we have the 200 GB of storage, but we couldn't use the 200 GB of storage. It's because if you see here, the first 10 GB was free, but if it is exceeding the 10 GB, then we need to pay $0.10 every month for the excess storage that we are using. But the 10 GB was ample storage, and we can do a lot of experimentation with this. And here in the activity, you can able to see what was the usage, the complete usage details, and what was the cost which was incurred from that usage. So from here you can see the duration, we have used around 35 minutes, and for the 35 minutes we charged around 0.11. As we seen before, for 1 hour it was around 0.19, but for 35 minutes it was only 0.11. It's because it will be charged by using the seconds, not per hour. So this was incredible. That is how you can get the ComfyUI running completely free in the cloud. Also, as a final tip, remember that the golden rule to stretch your free credits. Do all your custom node installations and workflow loading on the free CPU Studio, and save those GPU hours strictly for your generations. If you ran into any issues setting up your custom nodes, drop a comment below and let's fix it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more free AI cloud guides, and I will see you in the next one.